You bitch ass niggas never be able to live this good. Nigga, fuck LA Ron. Fuck.
East side, west side, worldwide. Welcome to Story Time with OG LA Ron. Please don't forget to smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. Go to the website, and please don't forget that merch. Today, I want to do a piece on a guy that I've been knowing since I was younger. They are one of the biggest families on the east side. They are one of the biggest families that's a part of the 7-6 East Coast family. And it wouldn't be nice or wouldn't be right if I never talked about this particular family. These guys have come to Los Angeles in the 50s or 40s out of 50s. They've been in LA over 80, 100, almost 100 years. And just recently, I really found out that we all from Louisiana. And I wanted to talk about, a lot of times guys say that we didn't come from down south. We came from Louisiana. And a lot of us came from Shreveport. But today, I want to talk about one of the families that I've been knowing, that I've been a part of the family. I've been a part of going by their house, and I've been a part of their ups and downs, and their having them, putting their kids to college and be able to be things in society, and especially Los Angeles. They've been in LA for many, many years. They're still there in LA, and they still live on the other side of Nadu. This is the Brown family. And today I want to talk about Sammy, Lil Spike, Sammy Brown. They have a bunch of brothers. They got a bunch of sisters. But today I want to talk about Kenny Brown, Gangsta Brown, and the Browns, and Spike. Big Spike, Little Spike. Big Spike is the homie too, but he's more my age, up in my age. But today we wanted to talk about Little Spike and the Brown family. We have another big family that's that I don't know if they can to these Browns, but these Browns here is one of the most talked about, seasoned, one of the heart of our neighborhood. And a lot of these guys, the ones I knew, they're short in stature. And these guys rule with a big fist, and they fighters. Whatever you want to do, they down with it. You want to shoot, whatever. But just to talk about these guys, man, it's a privilege to even be able to talk about the Browns. Sammy, his kids, Sambo, and all those guys, man. And just recently, a guy was in the feds with me, and he was asking me, did I know Sam, Sambo and Sammy and all these guys. You talking about Lil Spike or Big Spike? He said, I'm talking about Lil Spike. And I say, well, I don't know why he opened up that can of worms to me, but I always knew this guy. I always respected him and his families. Him and his family. I know they've been getting money for a long time, because I remember Gangsta Brown had a thing going with this young lady named Tracy, whatever her name was. But man, just to talk about this guy, man, where do I want to start talking about Spike, man? I remember when I was on probation, and I used to have to call in all the time, so I wouldn't call in. I would just come to LA and come to see my probation officer. And I would always fly into Inglewood. Then I would go over there on the east side, on 68 on the north side. Then I would come over there to 7-6s. Then I would drive my car down Hooper, make a left on Florence and go all the way down to Compton Avenue. Then I would go down Compton Avenue. Then I would make a left on Nadu and go down. I forgot the name of the street that's runs right on the side of Spike's them house, and I would always stop there, and I would always peek into the garage because they be in there lifting weights, or peek into the garage. I hit my horn to one of them come out, and I would always wanted to know, exactly, what their game plan was, because they always had something going on. If they wasn't doing any right there, they were doing it across the street at the barrel. But this side of 76 is over there by Firestone, Compton Avenue, Nadu, and I always took this route to go to the probation officers, and because if I needed somebody to ride with me, or if I needed somebody to to go over to the Grape Street probation officers, you go right there where the Bishop's at, and you right there where some Florences and it's a little bit of everything over there. But a lot of times, man, I would wanted somebody to go with me, a spotter. So I would go by Sammy them house, and I would like, "What's up, homies?" And they was like, "What's up, Fish?" And I would always, get one of them to ride with me, or either I would let them know where I'm going to the probation officer. And if I didn't make it, or I didn't come back at a certain time, I would say, "Man, something might have happened. If you hear something, come holler at me, come through there and check me out, or come check up on me." And this part of the hood, when you enter going into Watts or going into that area, you always wanted to check in with the homies on that side of town. And I would always check in with the homies on that side, because these guys go all the way from Nadu all the way to Firestone. And I always knew all the guys over there, Shaggy, Kickstand, all the guys over there. And then I would always stop by Butchie house, which is the Brown. He's a Brown too. And I used to live next door, across the street from Butchie in the 60s. And I mean in the 70s when I was a young kid. And I also knew that FloJo lived in those apartments too. She ended up moving into those apartments, but I did a lot of research recently, and now I know that FloJo, the famous track star that went to Jordan, that ended up going to be professional, one of the fastest women in the United States. I actually, she lived in the same apartments I moved out of, but she moved in. But Butchie live across the street from us, but I always been knowing Butchie since we was kids. And these guys, man, they really got a big family. And the other Brown family, they go from like Florence all the way down to the bottoms. That's the other side of the Browns. But I don't know if these Browns are kin, but you have some other Browns over there, Tammy Brown and all them. They live on the other side of Hooper too. So, but just to talk about Spike, man, always respected him. Always knew that he was a real respectable guy. He was always serious. He always, talked to me about different things, and how things work, and how the police keep running into their house, into their establishment, their house, their apartment, wherever they was, because they had a big family. And if you mess with one of the family members, you had to fight all of them. And the Firestone Police Department, they knew that, and they would try to intimidate these guys, but they couldn't intimidate these guys, because these was real family guys, and these guys from Louisiana. I know my family had a fight with the police, and I know Sam and them, their family probably had a fight with them too. But to talk about this little area, they live like 1 block away from the police station, so the police station was right around the corner from their house, and they always had to be extra careful, and they had to always be on point, and they always had to be militant, and they always had to be in an area where the police they can just drive by there taking somebody in there and see you doing something, and they would think that something was wrong. But just to talk about Lil Spike, man, I love Big Spike, I love Lil Spike, I love all the homies over there, Kenny Brown. Just talking to Kenny a few days ago, he was talking about how he played football for Hunter Park and different schools, and I played football for Fremont, and Artie Watkins and all of us, we all played together. And I didn't even know it was so many athletes came out of that neighborhood on that side of the town. And man, just to talk about, because he lived close to Roosevelt Park, and we played baseball at Roosevelt Park, and we played football up there. Roger Mosey was one of the coaches, and we had the Nash brothers. They was Big Dave was one of the coaches, and we had a nice track team up there, and Nash family, and you had Juicy and Melody. You had all of those people up at Roosevelt, Kevin Wright. Oh man, I can name them all day, man. I played for two parks. I played for Bethune and I played for Roosevelt, different sports. But just to talk about, man, these guys, man, I don't know if Spike ever went to the state, to the penitentiary, but I know these guys are still in the community. They still live in the neighborhood, and a lot of people sold their houses over there or had to move out the neighborhood. But I always knew that these guys was there for me if I ever need them, and if I wanted to, get some good advice or even just go in the hood, just to go, just to talk to somebody or just to go over their house and chill out and let them see my new car. They always had stuff going on too. But just to talk about this guy, man, Lil Spike, 7'6", East Coast Crip. I'm just honored to be able to talk about this family, to be able to talk about this guy. Don't forget the Kenny Brown, Gangsta Brown, and Sammy Brown. So whenever you look at the history of Los Angeles, you look at the history of the East Side, these guys endured one of the biggest wars that ever occurred inside of South Central with us and the Latinos. But these guys, man, they stand up soldiers. They didn't buckle, they didn't bow. They live on that side. They live on the one of the roughest parts of our neighborhood, and they held it down, and they still holding it down. They got kids, grandkids, and they also have daughters that's really done flourished and moved out the community. Still come back to the community, but you always got to understand, you always have people in your family that's kin to other people, that people into the show business, people into basketball, football, pro baseball, pro football, pro basketball. But a lot of times we don't have time to pick our fathers, to our mothers and fathers who we grew up with, and these people was chosen, to have kids, and the kids made something out of themselves, and I'm glad that these guys have relationships with their kids. A lot of them is in the entertainment business. A lot of them is in pro baseball. A lot of them is in pro basketball. A lot of them is in pro football. A lot of them is into the media, on the news. They just, it's all over LA. A lot of people don't even know that a lot of these sons and daughters, you wouldn't even know who they was or who their daddy was because of their name change when they got married. But to talk about the Browns, and this is a big part of our tribe, and I just wanted to talk about Lil Spike, Big Spike. I love you, Lil Spike. I love this whole family, and come to find out, we are actually kin to the Spratlys. They kin to the Spratlys. My daughter, my kids is kin to that side too. But just talking about Lil Spike, 7'6", East Coast.